So if I give you 20,000 today, would you rather buy a new iPhone 17 Pro Max or rather build a business or maybe buy shares in a Ghanaian company that can pay you dividends and potentially grow your money over a period of time? Because the Ghanaian stock market had been very strong in 2025 and some of the stocks didn't just move and they exploded with stocks like GCB, SIC, Ecobank, and many more. This confirms a strong reliability in the Ghanaian stock market with a video I did way back in 2025 that shows how powerful some of these stocks that I mentioned were able to skyrocket. Let me show you my top 6 Ghanaian stocks for 2026 and more importantly, how I think about them. And we can also build from the list too. The Ghana stock market had been very strong in 2025, especially with the financial stocks. But here is the truth. Strong years can be followed by rough years. So today, I'm not going to sell you any hype. I'm just going to teach you how to think and choose some of these stocks. Before I show you my top picks, let us talk about how the Ghana Stock Exchange actually performed in 2025. The entire market in 2025 rally was historic. The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index jumped nearly 80%. That is its strongest annual gain in over 2 decades. And the total market capitalization climbed to about 172 billion Ghana cedis. The total value of listed securities translated into about $16 billion at the official interbank rate. That means that the total value of all these stocks listed on the exchange grew dramatically, showing brewed investors' confidence and strong price action across sectors. Several companies made extraordinary gains with Slystone Ghana Limited as the standout performer, posting a remarkable return of 1,433% to close the year at 0.49 pesos per share. SIC Insurance followed with a massive gain of 344%, while Ecobank Ghana Limited rose about 284%. When a market is heating up, people start chasing hype. Everybody tried to chase the hype and buy something that they want to. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm focusing more on businesses with cash flows, dividend culture, and real reasons the market is noticing them. So these are my 4 rules that I use in investing in stocks. Number 1 is I must understand how the company makes money. The second one is I will also invest in companies that can share cash to shareholders. They need to be able to provide dividends. Number 3, I want either strong momentum or a clear catalyst. Number 4 is I also diversify across sectors so one doesn't destroy my whole portfolio. So let's look at what a stock is. When we talk about stocks, it simply means a small piece of ownership in a business. Let's say you want to be part of a company. You can buy their shares and become a part owner of that business. When the business grows profits, 2 things can reward you. The share price can rise and the company can also pay you dividends when they make profits. Now, let's go stock by stock. And as we do that, I'll teach you one simple investing concept each time. My number 1 stock on the Ghana stock market list is MTN Ghana because it's one of the most everyday business on the stock market. People buy data daily. MTN is basically picks and shovels, play on data growth, digital payments, and in its 9-month 2025 update, mobile money revenue alone grew over 39% year on year to 4.3 billion Ghana cedis, with active users up to 17.7 million. That is how strong MTN is. This is simple proof that Momo engine is still expanding. Even though MTN transitioned its mobile money limited business into a new company called Neofinco in June 2025, I still believe the data purchase, the call makings are still going to be a great part to boost this company. MTN has been a strong business with great fundamentals. From MTN Ghana's 2024 full-year financial report, there was a final dividend of 24 pesos per share, bringing a total dividend payment of about 31 pesos per share. And around September 2025, there was an interim dividend announcement of about 8 pesos per share, which made it around almost 40 pesos per share for the whole year. So imagine you have about 10,000 shares. You multiply this 40 pesos by the 10,000 shares that you have. This is free money you've made from a business that is growing. And not to talk about the price appreciation way back from 2024 to 2025. MTN price is now 4 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. This is still an opportunity to buy, even though it hasn't seen any massive growth this year. This is my number one stock on my portfolio I'm buying in 2026. You may ask, why is this on my list? MTN is a cash flow business with a wide customer base and also have a track record of returning cash. MTN has been known for paying dividends all these years, which makes it attractive for investors. MTN has also made over 500% in return in the past 5 years, which gives me strong motivation to pursue this stock, even though past performance doesn't guarantee future performance. As part of my rules, I know what the business is about and I'm ready to go for long term. MTN is up over 55% in the past 1 year and hasn't made any gain so far this year, as at the time I'm recording this video. As far as stocks comes with risk, these are some of the risks that you need to also consider. Number one is regulation, competition, and currency or inflation pressures that can affect costs, but the business model still remains understandable for beginners. So my second on the list is GCB Bank. GCB is one of the biggest banks in Ghana, and among the top gainers on Ghana Stock Exchange in 2025, it returned over 200% for investors if you invested earlier. GCB hasn't been really good with dividends, but it returned dividends to shareholders following stronger earnings in 2025. The willingness to pay dividends shows confidence. Even though GCB Bank couldn't pay the 1 Ghana cedi they were supposed to pay way back in 2025, but the willingness should let you understand that they are back on the dividend track. If you want to find out why GCB couldn't pay dividends in 2025, then make sure to check the link in the description below or check my YouTube channel to find out more. When it comes to banks often offer dividends and can benefit when economy expands and credit demands grow. One reason GCB was in most of the investors' portfolio was about the headline of 8 dividend payments, which was recommended by the board. That was 1 Ghana cedi dividend per share, which has been subject to approval. If you look at last year and this year, the financial sector has been a great benefit because of economic growth. The banking sector is a core part of the economy. GCB Bank is currently over 22 Ghana cedis as at the time of recording this video, and it's up 243% in 1 year and over 9% year to date. With all these key benefits, there are still risks that you need to consider. Bank stocks are very sensitive to loan quality, interest rate changes, and macroeconomic conditions. You also need to know that economic slowdowns can hurt the bank's profit margins. So if you're looking for a financial sector to invest in, GCB is my second stock that I'm investing in 2026 on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So let's go into agriculture, which is the third on my list. That is benzo oil palm plantation. This is one of the real economy businesses tied to commodity dynamics and production. Benzo oil palm plantation is a leading palm oil producer in Ghana, involved in producing fresh fruit bunches and processing oil palm products used in food and industrial applications. The ticker on Ghana Stock Exchange is BOPP. So BOPP delivered over 120% gains in 2025, showing strong investors' returns alongside broader equity market strength. Agricultural stocks like BOPP gives you exposure to real economic commodities. So when you invest in companies like BOPP, you are putting your money in companies which are really doing business with products, with agriculture. As palm oil is a daily staple ingredient in food products, demand tends to still relatively be stable over time. There is no way oil is going to go down. We always use oil every day. When it comes to palm oil, we are using it in our foods, in our soaps, and so many things. So why is benzo oil palm plantation on my list? The first one is it gives me exposure outside banking and telecommunication. And it's also the type of stock that can benefit when commodity-linked earnings are solid. Another thing I like about BOPP is their dividends. This company is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of about 2.55%. That is well covered by earnings. This company declared an interim dividend of 1 Ghana cedis 6 pesos per share. The share price is now over 62 Ghana cedis. BOPP is up over 147% in 1 year and over 12% this year only. So as far as oil is a commodity that we use in our daily lives, this is a stock that I'm going to hold for a long term. With all this share price increase and dividend payment, there are still risks that you need to consider. Agricultural businesses may face weather issues, input costs, commodity prices cycles. So you don't treat this like a guaranteed straight line. You need to be cautious when buying into companies like this. As an investor, you always have to open your eyes. The first stock on my list on the Ghana Stock Exchange is Enterprise Life with a ticker symbol EGL. So if banks are loan businesses, insurance is the risk pricing business. You collect premiums today, pay claims later, and invest the money in between. That is how insurance make their money. Enterprise Group is one of Ghana's oldest and largest financial services and insurance companies in Ghana. So what does the business entail? They are into insurance services like life and non-life, pension administrations and trustee services, managing retirement funds, real estate development and asset management, investment services, and funeral services. I mean, this company deals in mostly investment, insurance, and so on. In 2024, they reported about 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in revenue and up to 50% profit jump, which helped them to boost their dividends by roughly 30%. The final dividend was around 12 pesos per share, described as 30% increase. This means that shareholders who held EGL got more cash in their pocket in 2025 than in 2024. EGL share price is right now about 3 Ghana cedis 54 pesos as at the time I'm recording this video, and it's up over 79% in the past 1 year and up around 1.7% year to date. This is what you need to look out for when investing in EGL. Profit volatility when it comes to insurance earnings can sometimes fluctuate with claims and investment outcomes. You also have to look out for dividend sustainability. While dividends may have grown, they also fluctuate year over year. The past performance doesn't also guarantee future payouts. So if they are paying you dividends today, it doesn't guarantee your future payouts. The next on my list is Ecobank Ghana. This year, I'm pushing more of my money into the financial sector, which Ecobank Ghana becomes the second bank on my list. Banking stocks often do well when earnings are strong and sentiments are also improved. Whenever banks perform well, it often signals economic confidence. Since Ghana's economy has been doing well, this mostly favors the bank. Banks touch almost every part of the economy, from loans for businesses to mortgage, savings for households, and so on. In 2025, Ecobank Ghana's share performance was strong, making it one of the top performers on the Ghana Stock Exchange when it comes to the banking sector. As part of 2025, the share price was around 6 Ghana cedis 50 pesos per share. Later this year, the share price had climbed significantly, trading over 28 Ghana cedis per share, representing 345% gain in just 1 year and over 15% this year as at the time I'm recording this video. Ecobank announced a dividend which was over 30 pesos per share, which was paid in June 2025. What investors need to watch out for is that their dividend yield is modest. So if you are buying primarily for income, this isn't the highest yielding bank stock you need to have on your portfolio. Bank stocks also depend on economic conditions, interest rates, loan defaults, and macroeconomic trends, as I stated earlier. Market sentiments can also swing. Prices can go up and down quickly, even after strong years. So whenever you are investing into companies like Ecobank Ghana, you need to consider these things. But this is going to be my number 5 on my lists for the Ghana Stock Exchange. Number 6 on my list is Carbank, another bank that I'm watching in 2026. So Carbank's performance last year wasn't that good. It was a mixed feeling. It went as high as 81 pesos per share, then went as low as 33 pesos per share. I mean, a lot of people were selling their share, but that was an opportunity for me to buy. And in this year, 2026, I have been able to accumulate more shares on my portfolio. Here are some of the reasons why Carbank is part of my portfolio. Number 1 is strong price recovery in 2025. Carbank was one of the top performing financial stocks in terms of percent gains on the Ghana Stock Exchange way back in 2025. Second is profit recovery and improved asset quality. Their profit before tax grew, operating income also rose, and bad loans were also declined. That shows a sign of financial improvement. The third is visibility and market liquidity. Carbank was one of the more actively traded financial stocks with high trading volumes during key periods. That's also a sign that investors are interested and liquidity also exists. In 2025, Carbank share price was more than doubled, going from around 35 pesos to about 80 pesos. That reflects strong momentum and renewed investors' confidence. Then, before dropping to 33 pesos after the bank's renounceable rights issue. In the first 9 months of 2025, Carbank reported 538 million Ghana cedis in revenue. That is nearly flat year over year, with a profit of 223.9 million. I mean, similar to the same year period. This shows steady profitability as the banks execute its strategy and manage costs. Their non-performing loans ratio also improved, falling from 41.9% to 26.5%, which means fewer bad loans on its books. Carbank hasn't consistently paid dividends in recent years, which means that the cash returns to shareholders have been limited and has been reinvested back into the business. The last widely reported dividend dates way back to earlier periods, around 2021, 2022. As far as I'm making money on price appreciation, I'm still going to wait till its growth. Carbank share price is now 81 pesos. I believe by the end of 2026, should hit over 1 Ghana cedi, and it's up 113% in the past 1 year and 26% year to date. This was a strategic investment I made way back in November, December when the price went so down. Please note that this is not financial advice. These are shares that I am buying in 2026 to hold for long term. Stock investment can be risky. Either you can lose all your money or can make a lot of money in a long term. Make sure you speak to your financial advisor before you invest in stocks. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Also, make sure to share to someone who would like to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange this year. See you in my next video.